Hey everyone, it's Chicago Charlie. I'm doing a card review today on four particular trap cards called the Sealing Ceremony cards. There's a Earth, a Wind, a Water, and a Fire one. Each one involves banishing monsters from your opponent's graveyard, or even, no, not monsters, cards from your opponent's graveyard with their own costs, their own different costs. The Earth one, it reads, once per turn you contribute one face-up Earth monster to select up to two cards in your opponent's graveyard. Remove the selected cards from play. The Wind one reads, once per turn you can return one face-up wind monster you control to the bottom of the main deck to target up to two cards in your opponent's graveyard. Banish those targets. The water one reads, once per turn you can send one water monster from your hand to the graveyard to target up to two cards in your opponent's graveyard. Banish that target. The fire one reads, once per turn you can banish one fire monster from your graveyard to target one card in your opponent's graveyard. Banish that target. Obviously, the best one here is probably the Earth one, because I can see this one being a lot more versatile, because you can create a card like this into a possible +2 if you use it correctly. Let's say you're playing Madolches and you're going up against dragons. You summon your Mew. Your opponent's about to throw down their Veiler or whatever. So you summon Mew, your opponent Veilers you. Then you would chain this to tribute your Mew, your Mew Fuel, or I can't pronounce that fucking card, and banish two cards from their graveyard. So you'd hit their dragons or whatever, and you still get your special. Unfortunately, your Messengelato or whatever card you choose to special, it won't be you won't get your search off because you no longer have that beast face up on the field. But I think you could special Angeli off of Mew, I believe. I'm not sure. I'm not sure of Mew's effect. But yeah, Mew, when this card is special, you can special summon. Yeah, you can special summon your Angeli from your hand, and then banish your Angeli. I mean, banish whatever monster. I can't remember Angeli's effect. I can't remember Angeli's effect. Well, oh wait, I spelled it wrong. Yeah, you can tribute it to special summon your Hoot Cake from your deck. I'm sorry. You can special your Hoot Cake from your deck, and then you have two monsters engraved already to to go off with, and your opponent, and you banish two dragons from your opponent's graveyard, so they have less dragons to do more shit that they need on their turn. The Earth one, it creates, I guess, the most pluses out of any of them. Remember, these cards aren't supposed to just be activated blindly to just randomly banish monsters and cards from your opponent's hand. You have to wait for an integral time when you want to use these cards, and they could be very effective. Like battling boxers, I can see them using the fire one easily, easily, because they do in fact load up their grave, and dragons, they will fuck up boxers unless you're running like the Kaiser build, which you still have a fighting you still have to fight for your win. But Mermails, they could have used the spell card, I mean the trap card, the water one, when Gund was at 3, and it would have made Gund trigger. But it's still decent to use if you use it at the right time. The wind one, it's not as good as the others. It's actually the worst one because, in fact, it has to return to the main deck. Meaning, you can't use any monster. You can't use a Stardust to banish 2 cards from their grave because Stardust won't return to the bottom of the main deck, and the cost of the card is to actually return the card to the main deck, and it has to touch the main deck in order to banish, even to even activate the card. But these cards, they could be used against Dolces. They can be used against any deck that relies on their graveyard. Bujins, anything. Blackwings when they try to special from their grave, when you're afraid that your opponent's going to drop the Dark Armed, when you're going up against a Chaos build, you just start banishing the lights. It's really good against Light Sworns, any of these cards, because you just hit those names, or when they mill the wolf, you banish the wolf. These cards have so much potential, and I really would like to see them get more play. I'm in fact going to be running this the Earth one in my Raccoon deck just to see how it works. And you can tribute tokens and shit for these. So Scapegoat's at 3, so I don't know. Um, these cards, they're really great. I hope people start using them. This is Chicago Charlie, and this has been a card review. Thank you. Like, comment, rate, and subscribe.